Yo, yo, yo. Peace. Welcome back. Good afternoon, or morning, or evening, wherever you at. I ain't got too much to talk about today. I just wanted to hop up because it's a beautiful day right now. I might not be able to hear me too well because I'm outside here. Traffic going by and stuff. Just a little reminder. Soul Rising, new double disc album is available for pre-order. Go to Samurai Black Music. You can hit the link in the description. We got vinyls. We have mini CD NFC tags that you can tap onto your phone, Android or iPhone, to get access to the album early, as well as my entire catalog, both past catalog as well as any future drops that I make. We got some merch, t-shirts, hoodies, duffel bags, all that kind of stuff available on the website, samuraiblackmusic.com. Make sure you tap in. Yup. So yeah, man, it's a beautiful day. It's a new day. Went through some tricky times, some difficult times. Things ain't perfect just yet, but it's getting pretty close to it. Every day I walk, I feel a little bit closer to God. Every day I feel a little bit closer to my children. Every day I feel a little bit more complete. Right now, putting in these last documents so that I can get my oldest son with me after 6 years of battling for this. Feel very grateful right now. It's a new day. Feel super grateful. I remember there were some days I didn't think that this would, I didn't think that I would actually be this close or get this close. I knew I was gonna make it happen some way or another, but I really didn't know I would get this close. And if you listen to like my first two albums, Ronin and Shidumade, I talked about it extensively, how I was feeling, even through the rest of my works. I don't think there's been an album I released or more than 3 songs that I would drop in a row where I wouldn't mention my oldest son. So I'm super grateful to finally be at the point where all this hard work's paid off, all these trials and tribulations, all these literal blood, sweat, and tears. Planting onto a seed, it's finally springing into fruition. It's a beautiful day. For those of y'all that are fathers or mothers out there, make sure that you cherish your children and you show them the right way to the best of your ability. Make every single day count. Every moment of every day count. Don't get caught up in the wave of, oh, I gotta go to work, or, you know, oh, I want some time to myself. Forget all that. What you showing them children? How are you, oh, what's up, Dragonfly? How are you making moves, and what are you instilling into them to have them be a great man or a great woman as they grow up? It's the most important thing. The children are the future. And if you have children, it starts with your home, right? Now, if you don't have children yet, that's all right. Maybe you look to have some in the future. Maybe you don't. But maybe you have a niece or a nephew, or you have a neighbor or something like that may need some guidance, that may be receptive to a lesson that you could teach, and that lesson changes their life. Or even just extending a smile to them. It can be very important. It's the children in the future. Now, I would extend this to everybody as well. Obviously not just children, but you always want to make sure that you do the best that you can towards everyone, right? Be good to good people. Even bad people, treat them with grace. What's up, Diego? Hey, send me some beats if you're on that beat. It's important. It's important. It's important to give the children the right, proper foundation. It's important to give them a healthy home and a healthy community for them to really be able to thrive in. We got to make sure that we set them off in a way to where it's better than what we had. And we might have been well off, right? Our generation might be all right in certain ways as far as that goes. Or maybe, you know, your household wasn't so bad. You just want to make sure that they can at least take it a step further. Just put them in a position to do that. That's what it's all about. These children are the future. It's interesting because, like, reflecting back, like I was talking about, like my first two albums, Ronin and Shinumade, I was in the streets then. Ronin, little Samurai Black lore. During the Ronin era, when I was recording that album, about a good 75% of that album I recorded outside. I had to learn how to cut the audio from wind, and you know how to start and stop. You know, if a car goes by or whatever. There's some of them that I recorded walking on the sidewalk, just like I'm on right now. And there were some of them that I recorded literally at a park that I would come to later and sleep at that same park. I'm just being honest. It was very, very difficult, but I had a mission. I had an objective. That objective was to see myself onto my feet and in a better position. And not only that, to build a home to raise my son in. Now I have two more children. So no, he was just, he's coming into what we've already built. But it's a blessing, man. Like, you have to show gratitude when you start in a position like that. Don't nobody know you, and then all of a sudden there's tens of thousands of people listening to your music. You know, you're getting nods from this person and that person. Yeah, like nods from these industry people, or, you know, legendary rappers or whatever. Like, that's cool. But to actually be able to create some art that touches someone's soul and gives someone some healing and peace in their time of trouble. I had a woman reach out to me, tell me that she had lost her son to a fentanyl overdose, and when she listened to my song Seminole, it was like her anthem. It was her healing. It was her way of rising herself back up and pushing forward for him, and that touched my heart. I'll never forget that. I have other people reached out to me, and I didn't even really know they were listening to my music like that. And they said, yeah, every time I get low, every time I get depressed, I turn on your music to spike back up. You know, it's like that warrior spirit, I guess. And I don't really say this to toot my own horn, because I'm really just a vessel. I really just, here's the secret. I really just more or less channel Samurai Black. I just listen out for what he's saying to me when I'm writing songs, and then I'll spit it out. So I say this to say, we all have gifts that we can give. We all have things that we can do, even if it doesn't seem like a lot. It may not seem like a lot to you, but it may be exactly what someone else needs at that very moment. Or that's all right, give it anyway. I was talking on here the other day about how when I went for a walk, or I was about to go for a walk actually, someone told me to stop and turn around. And when I turned around, I looked back, and there's this elderly woman riding in a motorized wheelchair directly towards me. So instead of just waving her off or just running the house, I was just inspired to just say, hey, you know, how can I help you? That was the first thing I said to her. It was kind of weird to me hearing it come out of my mouth, because, like, I worked several years in customer service, and, you know, I was in sales and all that kind of stuff. So I was used to saying that in a professional context, but for me to just say that randomly in the real world, it felt interesting. But I could see from that conversation that transpired afterwards, that woman really did need help. and basically it turned out that her motorized wheelchair was about to run out of power. It was probably like 95 degrees outside because we're in Florida. It was very hot and sunny, humid. And, you know, this lady, I came to find out that she was paralyzed on her whole left side, so she couldn't walk, you know, from an accident she had in her teenage years. And she was asking me if she could pull up and, you know, park her wheelchair in front of the house and charge it. So what did I do at that moment? Okay, I didn't really have too much. I was just going to the store to get, like, you know, a bottle of water or something like that. But I decided, okay, let me go ahead and turn back around, cleared the way, helped her plug in her wheelchair, and, you know, had a little conversation with her. From that point, you know, she let her share her story, and she was expressing to me how her living situation at the time with her supposed boyfriend and, you know, whoever else was living with them, they were treating her terribly. They were taking advantage of her. They were, you know, taking her resources. They were taking her food stamps and, you know, her health savings card and all this kind of stuff. And she was looking for a new place because she was tired of being treated the way she was treated. And, you know, with her being literally physically disabled, you know, she didn't really have a job or something like that too much. So I sat there on the porch while her wheelchair was charging, and I started pulling up places because she was asking for, you know, if there's anywhere around with a room to stay. So I was like, okay, well, last time I was looking for this some years ago, I would check on Craigslist. I haven't looked in a while, but let's take a look. And we took a look, and we found 3, 4, 5 houses and contacts that she could utilize to find a better place to stay. And off she went. You know, then she was moving a little bit lighter, even though she, you know, she wasn't able to walk, but it was a bit of a spring, and there's a bit more of a, let's just say that motorized wheelchair was moving a little bit faster when she left. Now, I didn't have to give her $1. I did give her another bottle of water, even though she didn't, she tried to decline it a couple times because it was hot out here, and it's just, you know, good decency. But I didn't have to spend $1 to help that woman with that. And sometimes that's all it is. That's all it takes. Just being willing to hear somebody out and see if there is a way that you can help. Are you Unc or OG? I'm both. It's all good. Nephew. Yep. So yeah, I just wanted to hop on here, you know, talk about some things that I'm grateful for. There's always something that you can do. Make sure you look out for the children. Make sure you look out for the elderly. All these kind of things. And oftentimes, a lot of these lives, these videos that I do, I don't even really super expect too many people to be listening. And I'm really more so leaving it as legacy so my children can watch it as they start getting older, and, you know, impart some of the lessons to them. And maybe someone else's children will pick it up, or some young man will pick it up, and it'll inspire him to do something for someone. It's a new day. Yep, so subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Soul Rising album available out for pre-order on my website, samuraiblackmusic.com. Hit the link in the description to check that out. We got merch, vinyls, t-shirts, hoodies, gym duffel bags, steel plate paintings, tea mugs, all that. All of it available on the website. We got some more merch that's going to be loading up soon. I got a little bit sidetracked because I had a little bit of a power issue in my studio area. But we're going to get that right. I'm finna head in there and handle this business. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace.